here's what I want to do this week, Bill, if it's okay with you. I want to do something a little new, something a little different. I would like to know, I've got a lot of people been texting me and emailing me. They want to know you better. They're like, we want to know more about what is Krack like when he's not betting, when he's sitting at home. Does he Netflix and chill? What's his story? So I thought, okay, let me take that feedback and let me ask you this, Krack. If you had to put your top 5 TV shows of all time, go.
Wow. It
on
really
the spot.
Is.
I put you on the spot.
No, it really is so tough because, one, I don't watch any TV. Very, very little TV. I watch some YouTube. Right now, I'm into the Sammy Gravano podcast every night. He puts a little clip up. It's perfect for me. 15 minutes a night on YouTube. I watch that. I like the old mob stories and stuff. Of course, I like all the mob movies. But I'll do a lot of my show watching actually in the summertime or after March Madness or when it slows down for those 3, 4, 5 months. But it's only maybe literally a show or two a night. That's why it's great to have Amazon Prime, Netflix. You can just bang them out and power watch them too.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. I'll go from 5 to 1. Breaking Bad. I love that show. I thought it was absolutely great that mild-mannered high school chemistry teacher becomes like the badass meth kingpin. But I like what he did. He had no money to leave his family, so I hope I'm not spoiling it for people that haven't seen it.
It's okay. If they haven't seen it, it's too bad.
Yeah.
At this point.
Every single scene has a purpose, and I love Bryan Cranston. He became like an unbelievable favorite actor of mine. Walter White turned into that Heisenberg character. It's just nothing short of mesmerizing. It was fantastic.
It's so good.
The show kept you on the seat of your, every single show you're on the, just wondering what's going to happen next. How you don't want it to end. I remember that. I remember me not wanting it to end.
Yeah.
It was
Let me ask you this:
coaster emotion. Yeah.
Did you watch it when it first came out back in like 08 or 09? Is that when you watched it?
I watched a couple episodes, but then someone got me into it, and I watched them all when it came on like a whatever Amazon Prime, whatever it was.
I never watched Breaking Bad until 3 years ago. Was the first time. I was such a late bloomer, and it's hands down. It's your number 5. It's my number 1.
Wow. It's number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into a feel-good show for me.
Okay.
So, and that's something I actually don't. It's hard for me to watch anything new comedy. I haven't watched anything new comedy-wise. I can't watch a comedy movie or nothing like that. It has to be either real. Nonfiction. I can't watch none of the action hero movie things. I can't watch any of the like Will Ferrell. I couldn't name a movie he's ever in. It's not me. It's not me. But I did like Entourage, the show Entourage. It was, I understand it doesn't make everyone's list, but it was just always near the top for me. It was a feel good. It had a happy vibe to me. Whenever I watched the end of it, it just made me feel good. I love the music choices. I love the Doors. So a lot of Doors and Rolling Stones songs. And the first few seasons were probably the better ones, I'm sure. But it's showing the people that don't know the inside of the entertainment business.
Yeah.
The 30-minute episode was perfect too. It's great for someone like with me with like ADD. It was just I got right over it and I always felt good at the end of it though. So that would be number 4. Did you get into that at all or no?
Oh my God, are you kidding? I love that show.
Oh, good.
And I just recently found out that I'm very good friends with Randall Emmett. I don't know if you know who Randall Emmett is. He's a movie producer. He produced Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg, Two Guns with Denzel Washington. He produced The Irishman
cool.
with Pacino, De Niro, and Martin Scorsese was up for Best Picture last year, but it didn't win.
Sure.
And I just recently found out, I don't know how I never knew this, that Randall is best friends with Mark Wahlberg, and he used to be Mark Wahlberg's personal assistant. This is years and years ago. And Entourage is based on Mark Wahlberg and Randall Emmett. And I never knew that until literally 2 months ago.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Mark Wahlberg. Oh, yeah. He was on one of the episodes, too, with his guys.
Yeah.
With the real drama and stuff, walking down there saying,
Right.
let's tee it up. Let's tee it up, man. They were like, I got that thing going, but we'll tee it up.
Yeah, Entourage is a great show. Great show. Okay, who's at number 3 for you?
Let's get to another comedy show. And listen, maybe because I'm a New Yorker, I don't know, but people out west love it too. Seinfeld. Seinfeld was a great show. There's, so many times in my life have I used some of those Seinfeld moments amongst my friends or whatever it may be. I mean, it does rank high for a lot of people's lists also. It was dubbed like a show about nothing, but it just remains the undisputed champion of smart sitcoms. Like I said, not a week that goes by. I'm with my friends or something in everyday life where you don't find yourself in a situation that reminds you of an episode. Whether it's like the renting a car thing and not holding their reservation, or waiting at a table, waiting at a restaurant to get a table. So you're waiting for a table, and then I remember the Asian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant. Some of the funniest scenes there. Everything. It just provided so many laughs for me and my friends, my family. I still watch it now on reruns, So,
Dude,
how about you, John?
Well, you ready for this shocker? So, which is crazy because I have a comedy background and I loved Seinfeld as a comedian. I've seen him do stand up from back in the day up as recent as 2 years ago here in Vegas. I never saw a single episode of Seinfeld. I'm going to blow you away right now until 2 years ago.
Oh my God. What were you doing?
I don't know. And I love it. It's like it's such a late bloomer. People are looking at me like I'm an alien as I start talking about Seinfeld. They're like,
I think they just got like 250 million, maybe more for the, I don't know if they're going to be on what they're going to be on, either Amazon or Netflix or something. They got a ridiculous contract for next year. They're going to be on.
It's so good, that show.
Yeah.
And the casting, it's like, I don't even know if I have a favorite character because Kramer is just incredible. They're all great.
Greatest body English ever.
Yeah. That whole cast top to bottom. Yeah. Seinfeld is definitely, I agree with you on that for sure. Okay. Who do you have? We've got 2 more left. Who do you have at number 2?
Speaking of body English, Ed Norton from the Honeymooners had some of the greatest body English ever. And the Honeymooners is, again, it's kind of an East Coast show. I remember, people in Philly, Boston, of course, New York, these more gritty, tough cities. They're all, you know what it is? We're all dreamers. When I was in the Bronx in a housing project as a kid, you just dreamed to, have your own little piece of the lawn, have your own little piece of the grass, and get out of the city, get out of the projects and the tenement buildings, and just have your own house with your own lawn and your own little white picket fence. Well, that's what Ralph Cramden did. He had that time where he just wanted to be able to be there and always had different ways. And he wanted to be able to get Alice, his wife, on the show, out of that house and get them ahead. And he came up with all different kind of crazy schemes and harebrained and crazy scenarios. And, my favorite episode is one when he found money on a bus in a suitcase. He opens up the money. It's $50,000. This is 1953. You're a millionaire. So automatically he says, I'm a millionaire. He starts spending all the money, giving it out to anybody, anyone that wanted money, and everyone. He helped people. He gave donations to the cop outside. He bought things for Norton and Trixie upstairs, the neighbors. He spent it all, and then in the end, it was counterfeit money. So he got caught with the counterfeit money. The cops, he had to explain it to him. After he quit his job, he called his boss a bum because he knew he had all this money. And now he's got counterfeit money. And at the end of the show, with one of my favorite scenes, he tells Alice, listen, I went with it. It came easy and it went just as fast. And anyone knew that I had it, they can have it. And he goes, I was a millionaire for a day, more than anyone else in this dump can say, meaning the tenement house he was in. That's like one of my favorite episodes. I love the show, and it always brings a smile on my face. And some great memories when I was younger, laying on the floor and my parents in the house. And I'm saying, Mom, can I just stay up till, it was on 11:30. Can I stay up till 11:30, please, to watch the Honeymooners? And they let you watch. The Odd Couple was on at 11 o'clock. Then the Honeymooners was on. So it's some great family memories there too. So
fun fact, Jackie Gleason was my dad's first guest on the Tony Orlando and Dawn variety show. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Oh man, but I would love to meet him. Wow. All
right, who do you have at number 1? This is a big coveted ranking here. Who comes in at number 1?
Got to be the Sopranos. You want to know why? I know I have a sickness. I have my ADD. I watch it every single year. I watch every episode, maybe one episode every couple of days or every day, and then I go back to it when it's over. And I'll go back to it a month or two later and start all the episodes over again. So, how can I not rank a show from Jersey about an Italian wise guy for my number 1? Really, I had the pleasure of hanging out. With the whole crew a couple times. I had some great pictures with Gandolfini. I put them up on my Twitter page before, down to earth, incredibly nice people. They had a big party at the Golden Nugget. And I got some great picture with all of the cast right next to Gandolfini and Tony Sirico, which is Paulie Walnuts pointing at me. And
Wow.
Gandolfini
I'm sure
was
you're probably friends with
bothered.
Sharippa, right? Steve Sharippa, are you friends?
What a nice guy. We follow each other on Twitter, and I respond to his stuff. He's got a great podcast all about the Sopranos, and I love Steve. And he's such a. I've been with him many times, and he's a great guy, and I love to get him as a guest on the show maybe one of these days.
Yeah,
So
Steve
he's
used to hire
fantastic.
me when I did stand up back in the day. I used to perform at Riviera Comedy Club, so Steve would hire me
good.
a couple times a year for that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
we could definitely get him on here. So it'd be great.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So I know it's hard because it's just you're picking 5. Let me throw 2. I'm going to throw one old school show at you and one more recent show just to get your take. Ozark.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I think there's 3 seasons. Is that right, John?
Yeah, they're going to do. There's another one coming. I think March or April. Season 4.
Power watched it, and I thought it was fantastic. I love the scenes in there. Yeah, great show. Because it's not maybe a legendary show yet. It hasn't cracked my top 5, but it's a great show. I'll put it right there with like around 5 or 6.
Okay. And then how about this for an old school show? I Love Lucy.
Oh, wow. How can you not like that? My mother, that was everyone's mother's favorite show. I mean, she was unbelievable. And again, she was ahead of her time, the first female to break out like that. And I believe you told us on one of your first shows.
I did.
You actually met her.
I did. Yeah. The Polo Lounge at the Beverly Hills Hotel. We used to eat brunch there. I don't know if it was every week, but a lot. And I remember me, my mom, my dad, we went one morning or, brunch time, whatever. And we're walking through and my dad stopped at this table and was talking to these 2 people. And it ended up being Groucho Marx and Lucille Ball. And we sat with them. It's crazy. It's just crazy, right? It's crazy.
Wow. That's unbelievable. I love that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just one other show too that I absolutely love. I power watched through it too. Was Homeland on Showtime. I thought
that's a good show. Yeah, that's a real good show.
Wow. Really good show. So that's one of the newer shows too. But yeah, cool, good stuff.